What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Zora today. Zora, 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 the Explorer. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, you guys, and let's get into it, okay? It is the 30th day of July. Here we are at about 8.7 cents now with 20 hours, 25 minutes left in the day. This thing has been on an absolutely massive tear. I mean, from the 8th of July to the 27th of July, not even a full 20 days later, you did a 1,234% growth. It's a 13x move in less than 20 days. That's crazy, crazy stuff. And crazy things happen in crypto, man. But this is one of those opportunities that, I mean, it's gone now, right? Like, you're not going to get another. If you're buying this thing now, understand it's probably not going to 13. Well, it probably does 13x and more and beyond that even from here. But let's go over this real quick and why. Not financial advice, not a financial advisor. It might not be the best time to buy. First off, looking at this here, you're seeing this volume come in, immense volume come in like you've never seen before, and you moved up fantastically, right? Less volumes coming in, you're moving up less, right? And then over the past few days here, you've had some volume come in too that was pretty similar. It was about half as big as this here, and yet you're not even getting half as big of the moves. You're actually getting lesser and lesser significant moves. Yesterday you did move up 20%, which is nice, but you're slowing down. Does this mean that you have to stop here and that you're going to move down immediately? No. Maybe you do move up a little bit higher, but again, the idea that you catch another 13x from here, it's probably not going to happen, at least not anytime soon. By the end of the cycle, yes, and probably a lot more than that by the end of the cycle even. What is Zora, right? Zora is, it's like Facebook, but instead of Facebook, instead of Mark Zuckerberg cashing in on your personal data, you're the one cashing in on it, monetizing your own private information, right? It's a pretty interesting thing, and it's a little bit more complicated and more simple than Facebook at the same time. But looking at it here, you've got $280 million in market cap value. Your total supply is 10 billion Zora. Circulating supply is 3 billion. So you've got a lot to dilute. That will hurt price performance as that dilution happens. But I'm pretty sure this dilution is set for, a certain amount of time, like a long amount of time, a long period of time away from now. It's supposed to dilute slowly. I'm not 100% sure, but we're going to look at that in a second too. A lot of volume, and this is just, I think, unsustainable. At least, we could move up higher. It absolutely can move up higher over the coming days, but I don't expect this party train to last too much longer, and likely you will see some kind of pullback that results in at least a 40% pullback, if not something that's as much as 60 or even 70% of a pullback. These kind of pullbacks, 40 to 70%, is standard in the altcoin space. No matter how great the altcoin is, it's a standard procedure. So just understand, and if I'm getting any hate for that, there's been plenty of coins that I've called for to move down that I got hate for, that all it took was a little bit of time, and then boom, it happens. If we're looking at this from a high to a low here, 40% would take us down to 6.2 cents. 70% would take us down to 2.8 cents. I mean, any of that's fair game. I'm not saying this is the high. We don't have enough information to detail that yet, but from a low to a high here, going back to the 0.5, going to the golden ratio. I don't know if you'd go all the way back to the golden ratio, but something at the 382 even, a nice little 62% drop. I could really see that happening. 3.9 cents could be an area that you find support at if this is your high. Okay. Let's go over the tokenomics. We'll come back to the charts here in a second. Zora intends to launch with a total supply of 10 billion on base. Initial allocation and unlock information is planned as follows. 20% community incentives, that's nice. 20% treasury, that's good. 10% retroactive airdrop, cool. 20% team, not bad. 26% investors. See, I love whenever they do this, right? Because team, investors, it's the same thing, right? Are the investors not a part of your team? The venture capitalists, I don't know. I guess not, but yes, at the same time. 20%, 26%, so what, like 46% overall for the team. That's a good bit of the supply going for the team. A little bit for liquidity, nice. Let's see, unlock schedule, not subject to lockup restrictions. Incentives, not subject. What about, so the team ones will be. Unlocks monthly over 48 months. Oh, that's good. Starting 6 months after TGE. Okay, so when did we first get that? That's good. All-time history. Came out in April, so May, June, July, August, September, October. So sometime, what, is there something on my hand? It's a little blood. All right, well, whatever. I had a scab that I picked I guess it's good now. Anyways, anyways, after token generation event, okay. I'm assuming the token generation event was sometime in April, if not earlier. Probably October, if not September, or around there, that these tokens start to get unlocked, right? But they start to get unlocked over 48 months. So monthly over a 48-month period. That's a 4-year period, right? 12, 24, 48. Yeah, that's a four-year period. So, and that doesn't start happening until later this year. That's nice. Team over 6 months, or 36 months over a 3-year period, starting 6 months after, and 36 as well. So treasury. Oh, but that's the treasury. Oh, okay, so the team. So that's a 3-year period. Okay. Okay, cool. Well, that's fine. That's actually not that bad. That shouldn't hurt the price action of this too much. Let's see. 12 months would put us in April of next year, 2026, right? And that would have us at how many? About 5.5 billion, probably, from the looks of it. 5.5 billion tokens. So imagine that the market cap, you're at 3.2 now. Let's say you added another 2.2. Imagine the market cap is essentially what? It'd be like $480 billion. Or 480 million, I'm sorry, right now. So if you were to have that 480 million, what's your potential? You could see 100x with this thing. Absolutely, you could. You know, even right now, after this massive move up, you still have 100x potential, even with all the tokens that'll be unlocked between now and the end of the cycle. I think you have 100x potential. Will you see that? That doesn't mean that you have to. You can see 100x, you can see 150x. I don't think you'd see much more than that. Maybe you only get a 50x only. Maybe you only get an 80x. You know, time will tell. There's not enough data on this chart to really get a proper gauge as far as how high you will go, right? All we can run with is what the market cap is and what would make sense for a market cap of a coin that does gain a lot of popularity and attention and momentum behind it, right? And this is my 3rd bull cycle, so I have a little experience in this matter. Popular coins that start from very low market caps in their first cycle can see a $10 billion market cap, a $20 billion market cap, a 40, a 60, even an $80 billion market cap in the most rare circumstances, but it does happen. You know, from here, with that fully diluted token, or not fully diluted, but with the token allocation that'll be diluted by the time that I think the market cycle will be over, it's very possible that this thing could see a 100x or even a little bit more than that. But you don't just because it's possible to see that doesn't mean that you will go there. I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of this cycle you saw a market cap that was anywhere from $10 billion to $60 billion in total valuation. That's my expectation at the moment. We can't really reflect that in the price because, again, the token unlocks are going to happen. But just thinking about a 100x, you know, I mean, you're at 8.7 cents now. This thing could be worth $8. It could be worth $10. Maybe worth $1, $5, somewhere in that range. But again, we don't have a lot of historical data on the charts to really go off of that, so we're just guessing and checking with the market cap. But you got a lot of potential, absolutely you do. Getting into the away from the hypotheticals and getting into the technicals here, looking at this, you've got bearish divergence on your RSI, bearish divergence there. You've got bearish divergence on the stochastics as well. You don't have bearish divergence on your MACD, but you are cooling off, right? You can move up higher still. You've got double bearish divergence on your daily time frame, actually. What about the 4-hour time frame? 4-hour looks bullish as hell. Stochastics, bullish. MACD, I would even say the MACD looks bullish too. I wouldn't be too surprised if you moved up higher. You are moving up now, and there's not a whole lot of volume, but you haven't really broken out of this range yet. Perhaps what you do is you get one last move up. You're at 8.7 cents now. You go up to 10 cents, 12 cents, something in that area, and then you top off. Let's look at this real quick. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's possible that you're done. It is possible that you're done. And this is why not financial advice, not a financial advisor. I don't think that anybody has business buying here. Even if it's at 8.7 cents and it runs up to 20 cents, right? What do I know? This is my 3rd bull market, but the average altcoin, whenever they see these crazy amounts of pumps in a short amount of time, you get anything from a 40 to a 70% drop, and oftentimes it's a 60% drop. It's actually like a 60% drop that you normally see. Let's say you dropped here. First off, a 60% drop from here. Let's even do 40%. Let's just stay on the very low end of things. 40% of a drop would take you down to 60 or 6.4 cents, 6.3 cents, okay? let's say you moved all the way up to 20 cents. You're at 8.7 cents now. You got a nice little 2 point whatever X in the mix there for you. If you drop 40% from there, you're still going to drop back to about 12 cents, and that is higher than here, right? On the low end of things. And typically with these big moves, you don't move down on the low end of things. Let's say you went to 60%, which is really what I think that you would do. 60%, even from a 20-cent price, would still take you below the current price. All I'm trying to say, and let alone from where this high is, that would take you way down to like 4 cents. All I'm trying to say is, even if you miss, and I doubt we're going to run all the way up to 20 cents from here. I would expect that we probably do find resistance between about 10 to 12 cents, probably. If not already, that might be where we find resistance. All I'm trying to say here is, so what if you miss this next move up? The move down is going to be bigger than this next move up, likely. If I'm wrong and this thing just keeps moving up and you get a 100x from here and it's nonstop, okay, you missed this one golden opportunity, but 99 out of 100 times, 99,999 out of 100,000 times, this does not happen. You know what I mean? This is not the case. So if this is the one time that steers me wrong, okay, cool. But typically what happens is if you just wait, you're patient, you'll likely get a chance to buy back at a solid area of consolidation, prior consolidation before. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw prices below 5 cents, even below 4 cents as a possibility. Could we go lower? Sure, but I'm not really thinking that. I think we'd probably find support somewhere in this area, but that would be the next area that you go to, which that's all the way down at like 3 cents to 2.2 cents. You know, anything and everything in between is very possible. But I don't really think I have anything else that I want to say. I just wanted to make this video for one to say good job, Zora, all the Zora Knights. Hopefully you guys bought at a good price and you're able to sell at a good price as well. I do think that we go a little bit higher, but don't hold your breath over that. It doesn't need to happen. It's very possible that you top off here. And for anybody that's looking to buy or has FOMO'd the top recently, not your financial advisor, not financial advice, but I would get the hell out. This is a very clear selling area. And even if you sell here and it goes higher, likely what's going to happen is it'll come back down to prices that are even lower than where it is now. So, you know, hate me for it, hate me for saying that, but in a month, whenever I'm proven right, I won't care. I won't rub it in your face. It doesn't matter. You'll probably, the same people that will rub it in my face whenever you're up like 10 to 20% from here over the coming days, you're going to be crickets whenever we're down 40 to 60% or more overall over the coming weeks. And that's inevitable at this point. Typically with these kind of fast movements, you do get like a month or more of consolidation. So just understand this is still a solid project. I think it still has a lot of potential and it will do all these great things we talked about. But first, correct, or maybe first pump, then correct, and then we'll go from there. But I got nothing else. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. Take care of yourselves. All right, bye-bye.